Good morning everyone, my name is Pat, welcome to my channel Richer in Years. Now this morning is a little bit different. I'm going to start in about an hour to do my new video which is all about my new beauty products and how I use them. So a few little beauty tips and advice in with that. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. But before I start, I'm just going to have some breakfast. I got up quite early this morning actually, but I had a good night's sleep. And I start the day with this similar breakfast every morning. And I start off with my cranberry juice, just a half a glass. Then I will have my yogurt, which is the finest Greek yogurt from Tesco. And into that, I've done some blueberries, made like a compote with a little bit of sugar and just simmered them for a while. And they go nice on top of the yogurt. And then I sprinkle some Weetabix, just a little bit of Weetabix on the top and a teaspoonful of my honey, which I have every day. Manuka honey, I love that. And I think it's really good for your skin and everything. And while I'm eating my yogurt or in between, I will have my omega-3 capsule, which again, I just have one a day, omega fish oil capsule, and they're really good for your heart and your bones and your general health. And also have my green tea, which I shall take that through with me when I'm doing my videos, so I can keep sipping on that one. I do like a green tea. So that's it. So I'll just have my breakfast and then we'll go start the video for today. Good morning everybody. Hello there, my name is Pat and welcome to my channel Richer in Years. Well, I'm back and I'm so happy to be back too. I hope you're all well. Quick hello to all my subscribers, and can I just say it's been wonderful, the response I got from my last video, which is probably about 3 weeks ago now, where I said that I was having a short break because of a project that I'm in the middle of. It's not materialised yet, so I thought, well, I'm going to start doing my videos again because everybody kept saying, please don't stop doing videos. So I thought, well, if I've got the time, yes, I might as well put the odd one or two on. So I've started again. So I hope you're all happy about that, and I hope you all miss me. I've missed you all so much. I've missed talking to you and showing all the new outfits that I've been buying. Not too many actually, I've not been shopping as much, but I still have got a few to show you. So that will be my next video, probably next week. So for this one, I'm going to do new products, beauty products, and some tips and advice on how I use them. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. It's only a short video, so I've not done a makeup video for quite a long time, for quite a while. So I thought it might be of interest to you, and I hope it is anyway. So let's get started. Now, before I start, I must tell you that when I went for my week in France, it was just after my birthday actually, and a couple of days into the holiday, Sharon said, now tomorrow we're going to take you on a boat trip across from Sharon's. You can see a little island, and she said that we've never been, so we'd like to go, and we're going to catch a little ferry that takes you across, and we're going to take a picnic with us. And she said, I think that'd be nice for your birthday. So I said, oh, that's wonderful, I'd really enjoy that. So right, so the next day we got ready and we took the picnic, went down to the marina to wait for the ferry to come in, and took some films while we were doing it. And then all of a sudden I just looked to my left and there was this little boat coming along, and I looked and I thought, that's Harvey, that's my grandson, he's driving the boat. I thought, oh, I've bought a boat now. But anyway, I couldn't believe it. It was so lovely to see him drive up on this little boat. Not that small, actually. It was a fantastic little boat. So I looked at Sharon and Steve. Well, they just burst out laughing, and they said, this is your birthday treat. We've actually hired a boat to take you out into the sea, and we can have a picnic on the boat. And she said, this is what we've been planning for quite a long time. Now, apparently, obviously, you've got to take a qualification so that you can drive a boat. But Sharon's already done that, and I didn't know anything about that. And she's already passed hers to drive a boat. And then she put Harvey in for his, and he passed it. So obviously, they can both drive boats. Now, I knew nothing about this. It was a complete surprise to me. So it was lovely. I couldn't believe it. So I got in the boat and off we went, and to enjoy the picnic on it. Now, I'm not going to tell you too much about it. And the reason is Sharon actually took a video of quite a lot of the trip that we did from the beginning to the end. And she's going to put the video on Saturday morning, like I put my videos on. So I've not seen it at all, so I can't wait to see it on Saturday morning. And I'm going to put a link on the bottom of this video. So if you want to watch it, a lot of you have gone into Sharon's videos. They're really good since she moved down to the south of France. Really interesting. So hopefully you might find this one of interest as well. So do have a look at it. I hope you enjoy it. Right, down to the video. Now, obviously, you can tell that I'm going to do a makeup video because I've got this on my head to keep the air out of my face. And then I like to cleanse my face. And this one is a new one that I've just bought recently. It's a Nivea 2-in-1 milk and toner. And I find that's really nice. I love Nivea stuff actually, but that is a really good cleanser. It contains vitamin E as well. So I use that now. I've already done that on my face. It looks quite nice and bright, doesn't it? So that is really good. Just apply it to a cotton wool pad and then just wipe it off. So easy and so good to use. And it's not expensive neither. I got this from Tesco, so it's worth having a try of that. And then the next thing I would do is I would put my SPF 50 on. Now I put this on every morning religiously without, even if it's not sunny, cloudy, I still pop it on my face. And this one is just for the face, and it's a La Roche-Posay, and it's a 50 plus. So now I will put that on. Obviously it's very runny as this, so you don't need lots and lots on your face, so it just helps and keeps your skin out of the sun, or helps you not to get your skin burnt. I don't sit out in the sun a lot anyway, I never have done. Perhaps when I was really young I did, when we used to go on holidays, camping most of the time, probably, and down to Weymouth. We always used to go to Weymouth and it was lovely. So I would sit out in the sun then, but I'd probably only be about 16, 17 and 18. And since I've got older, obviously they say try and keep out of the sun. So I do. I either wear a cap, or I always put my sunscreen on, or I'm under an umbrella if I go on holiday. So yeah, so that one is a really good one to buy for your face. Right, when that's dried in a little bit, I will go into my serum. Now, I've told you about this before. This is a new one that I got for my birthday. So it's a bigger one, actually. My husband always buys me this, as I've mentioned as well. It's a Dior Capture La Serum. It is brilliant, really good. I put this on morning and evening. Sometimes on an evening, I might miss it and put something else on, but I always go back to this one. And you only need 3 or 4 little pumps from it. And that goes on. Actually, my skin is looking a little bit better than what it did. And I don't know whether it is, I'll tell you the reason, one of the reasons why I think. I stopped drinking wine about a month ago. I don't know, I just fancied a change. I mean, I've never drunk that much anyway, but I used to like or enjoy a glass of wine on an evening with my husband when we had a dinner. And then maybe a couple of glasses on a weekend. And that's it. And I'm sure it's helped my skin sort of improve. It looks a lot healthier than what it did when I was drinking a little bit of wine. So I've just tried it. I've now done a month and I'm quite happy. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm sleeping better. I've still got a few little red veins across there, which they do say that eventually they will go. So we'll see. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this, because I do enjoy a glass of wine every now and then, but at the moment I'm quite happy with what I'm doing. Okay, now for the moisturiser. Now I have mentioned this before as well, but this is a new one I've bought. This is the Creme de la Mer. Now I've not bought it for a while, but I thought I'd treat myself with having some birthday money that my mum-in-law kindly sent me, and it's a moisturising cream. Now this has got brilliant reviews. I've been using this for a long time, on and off, It is expensive, but it is good. Now, this one's going to last me 6 months. So if I buy 2 of these a year, I know it's £160. It is a lot. And this is I don't think it's the smallest size. This is a 30ml. So they might do a smaller size, but I never think it's worth getting the really tiny one. So I always opt for this one. But the reviews are brilliant. I've been using this, I think I first started using this when I was probably about 25. And on and off, I've used it for a long time. So when I've got a little bit of spare money, then I will go back and buy one. So that goes on next, and you don't need a lot at all, just a little bit dotted about, and then you don't actually rub it in neither, you just gently press it into your skin. I love the smell of this as well. I mean, I wish I could afford to get all the products, the serum and everything. I'd love to try. And the other one I want to try is the Clos de Peau. Now I have tried the foundation. Again, everything's expensive, isn't it, like that? But I've never ever tried their moisturiser or serum, but I would love to try that just to see if that helps my skin as well. But it is looking quite bright, a little bit brighter than what it has done a few weeks ago. So right, so that's that. So we'll let that settle in for a moment. Okay, now the next product is this Bobbi Brown Corrector Stick. They do it in different colours actually. This one, the shade is Bisque, and all you have to do is actually put it on. I've got this little stubborn sun mark on my nose, and it really is annoying me. Every time I look, I think people are going to think I've got a bit of dirt on my nose or something, and I'm trying to, it won't rub off. I don't know why I do that, because it's not going to rub off. So all I can do is put a little bit of this corrector on. Now it does work. I've got quite a large sun pigmentation mark there, and I tend to rub that in. I think that helps. They're very hard to get rid of actually, because vitamin C is supposed to be very good. Now on an evening, I do use the vitamin C, which is this one from Tesco. It's only a Garnier one, not too expensive. Just a few drops of that every night. And it says brightening serum, vitamin C. Now I'm trying to actually see if it helps. So I've been using that for a while. I've not seen much difference yet, but I do keep trying. And the other thing on a night I do pop on is this collagen oil. Just a few drops every night. Obviously, collagen is supposed to be very good. In fact, when I went to the beauticians last week, she did say to me, because I was talking about these marks and looking a bit dull, actually, my skin, and she said, are you taking collagen? And I said, no. I said, but I have read a lot about it, and it's supposed to be really good. And she said, yeah. She said, just try it. Well, I haven't done yet. And the reason is, I've got an appointment to have a blood test at the doctor's, which is my yearly one. And I thought I'd mention it to him. I always seem to like to mention these things to the doctor, just in case. Well, I don't know. He might advise me which is the best one to go for. So I'm going to ask him if he can recommend a good collagen that I can be taking. And I thought I'd give it a whirl anyway, so see how that goes. Foundation. Now, I've got quite a few foundations. I've got the Dior one. I've got some cheaper ones I bought. And I still keep going back to my Clos de Peau, which, as you can see, is looking a bit pathetic. It's nearly empty now. Again, it's a bit expensive, but it has lasted me 6 months again. I don't seem to say 6 months, but it does seem to last the same every time. You don't need a lot of it, and it does make your skin look really nice. Now, I only think I can get a little bit out of that, not too much. And I'm going to pop that on now and see. You can see what it looks like. As I say, you don't need much. And you can cover it with something else, which I'm going to show you as well. I think that'll be enough actually. I can't really see what I'm doing that well. I've not got a lot of light in. It's a very dark day, and I've just got this like ring light on, and it's not being very effective actually. So see what that looks like. I've got my mirror actually, so I can keep having a look close up. That's not too bad. It just looks a bit greasy, so I would have to put some powder on after that. But it is a nice colour. I quite like the colour of it. So next, I've also got this concealer come foundation. You can use it for both actually. It's a Bobbi Brown one. That's a lovely colour. It's beige. Hope you can see that. And if you want that little bit extra on, I don't want too much on actually, but I just thought I'd show you that it just blends in. Again, it goes on really nice. You can't do much when you've got this silly big towel. I can't find my turban. I bought one of those white turbans that you can just pop on your head, and I can't find it. So I've had to put this towel on because I've washed my hair, and it just keeps it off my face when I'm doing this. So that is that one. So, I've put in a brush on my face. Sometimes makes my nose itch, which sounds a bit weird. Makes it tickle. Just have a little drink of my green tea, which I always drink. Very rare I have coffee these days. I love a cup of coffee, but it's very rare that I have one. I don't know, I just went off it and I stopped drinking. Maybe once a month I'll have a drink of a cup of coffee. Right, next is this bronzer. Now this is a new one, it's called Bronze Chic. Now before this one, I've always used the Chanel one. This again is a little bit dear. I think it's £42. It's a lot, isn't it, for that? But it's empty, look, there's only a little bit. I could scrape a little bit out if I wanted. That's a medium shade as well. But I thought I would show you the new one that I've got in place, which is quite a bit cheaper. I'll put all the prices below anyway so you can see. And this was from Superdrug, and it's just called Bronze Chic Universal Bronzing Balm. I quite like the colour of this one as well. It's not too dark. Don't really show you what colour it is, but you'll be able to see it when I pop it on. What it's like. And I use my special brush for this. It just gives you a little hint of that. And I really can't see what I'm doing here, so if I'm making a mess of it, well, it can't be helped. It's very awkward, isn't it, when you've got not much lighting and you can't see. I think that goes on quite well. It looks all right. I suppose somebody out there will tell me that it's not very good if it's not. But anyway, for the time being, I think that looks quite nice. I like the colour of it. So that's a new bronzer. Bronze Chic from Superdrug. Right, next, eyes. Now, I never do a great deal with my eyes. I'm not very good at putting, putting a lot of eyeshadow on or anything and it looks good. You see a lot of these ladies and it looks absolutely fantastic, and they've got it on above their eye, they've got it underneath. And if I put that on, I just look as if I've got two black eyes. I just can't seem to do it right. So I'd love somebody to show me how to do it. I could do with a bit of tuition for my makeup and eyes. I think that would be wonderful. But for the moment, this is how I do it. This is a palette that I got a long time ago. It's looking quite old now actually, but it still works. Maybelline Blush Nudes, the colours, and these are the colours that I would use most every day. Always the same colours. I sometimes try a different one, but I always seem to go back to this one. This, my towel falling off. And the first one I would pick is this lighter shade, which is that one. I'll just pop a bit of that on the bottom lid. Now I might need my mirror for this one to get a bit closer. Yeah, and then a little bit of the same colour maybe up above. And that just brightens the old eye. Now I haven't got a lot of mascara, I haven't got any mascara on. I won't be putting a lot on because I actually had my eyelashes tinted. You both probably can't see them, so they are a little bit dark. And they were only thinner, my eyelashes, and a bit sparse, so I thought, well, I'll try them and tinted and see if it helps. But I don't think it's made a little bit of a difference, but I still would need to put some more mascara on. And then I would go for the deeper colour, which is like a taupe. Can you see that one? And that's the one that I would put on the in between there, the crease of my eye. Not much, just a little bit. I'm having to use my mirror because I can't do it far off like that. I wouldn't be able to be all over the place, which it probably is anyway now, but You can see that. It's just very light. So that's that one. That's the eyeshadow. And then it would be the eyeliner. Now, sometimes I use a blue eyeliner and sometimes I just use a black one. A brown one, sorry. And this one's the brown one. Again, I would just go under the eyelash, top eyelash, underneath. Quite hard to put on underneath actually, because you don't want the pencil to go into your eye, especially when you've had your cataracts done. So my makeup is quite light, so it's probably not something that you can see, but I have got a little bit of eyeliner on. Right, mascara. Now, as I say, I've had my tinted, but I need something to make them look a bit longer if I can. And this one is from Benefit, and it's called Bang. I've used this before. I've always got a black one, and this one is brown. So I thought that would be better for my eyes with them being light. So black, if you've got black liner on, you don't have to wear a black mascara, and it just might make my eyes look a bit lighter than the black. So I'll put a little bit of that on just to let you see if it makes any difference. I only got this actually last week, and it is quite good. I can see that it's just lengthened them a little bit. You probably can't see that again. It is awkward when you're doing a makeup video. You just can't get close enough to you know, to have a look. Yeah. So that's that. My eyes done now. My eyebrows. No, I never put anything on my eyebrows. In fact, when I went to the beautician's a couple of weeks ago, she just shaped them a bit for me, and I think they look better. And they do say if you just put a little bit of eyebrow stuff, I don't know what you call it, on your eyebrows, then it makes them look better. It frames your face, but I've tried it and they look too dark for me. So again, any advice would be welcome if you can tell me what I could use on mine. But as it happens, I quite like them as they are. And I've got a fringe, so you don't always see them anyway. But I'd like to, you know, I'd like them to look a little bit more pronounced, should I say, so that you can see them. But because I'm quite fair. But anyway, I just leave them as they are for the moment. Right, so next it would be my concealer. Now, I always leave my concealer till the end. Don't know why, but I always do. You don't have to put it under your makeup. You can just dot it on afterwards. So I use this Dior one. Again, a little bit more expensive than the norm, but I definitely have had this over 6 months. So that's well worth it. And I think it was just called 1N. I think that's the colour. So it's Dior. So I just put dot a little bit underneath, a little bit in the middle there, down, up there, up the sides of your face. Supposed to draw your face upwards. Then we'll just brush that in a little bit. I usually leave this one round my eyes for a while because they always say leave it on for a little bit until it settles, and then dot it into your eyes. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's not that I've forgotten that it's there. Right, so next, I think we're more or less getting to the end. So when I've dotted that in, I'm going to put my powder on. Or just tell you what I got as well. Might help my eyelashes. I saw these eyeliner ones in Boots. I thought I'm going to try some false eyelashes. Now, I have not worn false eyelashes since I was in my 20s. And I always remember when they first came out, because you didn't see a lot of ladies with them then. I got some from, I think it was Boots. And I was going on a date, and this young lad that I've known for quite a long time, when he met me, I was on the bus, I wasn't in the car, and he met me off the bus, and he looked at me and he said, "Good grief," he said, "what have you got on your eyes?" He said, "They look like windscreen wipers." They were actually very thick in those days. They weren't like they are now, really sort of small and, you know, and gentle for your face. They were really thick eyelashes that I just stuck on, and that's the first thing he said. They look like windscreen wipers, so I had to take them off. I wasn't very happy with that. Oh dear, what you do when you're younger, again, as you're getting older, you tend to have your eyes go a little bit baggy and a bit wrinkly. Well, as long as you can put a bit of makeup on, make yourself look a little bit better, that's fine. Can't do anything about it. And I won't want to start doing anything about it neither, so I'm quite happy the way I am. Finishing powder. Again, a Terry product. Now, I've never tried this. Now, I bought this on the plane coming back from my Mallorca holiday, and I've read a lot about it, and they say it's so good. So I thought, oh, I'm going to try it because it's something I've kept thinking I'll order online. I never have done. And when I saw it, you know, the booklets that you get on the plane, I saw it on there. So I thought, oh, I'm going to treat myself and buy one of those. It was £42, which I thought was quite a lot for a powder, but it is going to last a long time. You don't need much of it on, so I thought, right, I'll try that. So, again, it's just like a white powder. Obviously, it's a translucent one, so it doesn't show up on your face. And I'm just going to look for my brush. Here we are. And you've got a free brush with it, a Terry powder brush, which is nice. So we'll dab a bit of that on and see if that takes a bit of the shine away, which that's what it's supposed to do, and make your complexion look quite nice. Not too much, you don't want to look too dull. So I think that's okay. That's worth trying, actually. I really like that. In fact, I usually use a spray, setting spray, and I got this one for Christmas. My husband bought me this. It's a Laura Mercier one, translucent pure setting spray. But it stopped spraying. Look, it's nearly full. You have to shake it, obviously, but it won't spray the thing. And I've tried cleaning it, and all it does is just bring a lot of foam out. Now, I don't think that's very good. Now, this is not cheap, so I'm not sure whether I should take it back or not. But as I say, it was Christmas when I got it, so I can't see that they'd take it back now. But I suppose you should do, really. That's the trouble with me. I tend not to take things back, and you know, you're just stuck with them. Then you end up throwing them away. And for the price, you shouldn't have to do that. So I can't use it. I can take the top off and put a little bit on cotton wool, but that's not the way you're supposed to use it. It is supposed to be a spray. So I haven't used that for a while because I can't. So that's why I got this powder to try, and I quite like it, actually. I do like the setting spray though, because it does seem to, I don't know, it seems to brighten your face up a little bit after you put all the makeup on. So anyway, I'll see what happens with that one. I might take it back, I'm not sure yet. Right, so that is it. Now just my lipstick. Now, I always outline my lips. I like a lip liner. But for this time, I'm just going to use this little one that's got just a little thin end on it. And it just for a little thin line. So I don't need to put too much. I don't like to see too much. So that's that. Lipstick. Now, I suppose you all know by now that the only lipstick I like to wear is the MAC lipsticks. The same shade as well, Creme de Nude, always use that. But I'm going to try, I've got a pinky one here that I once bought. I'm just going to try a little bit of that on first and see if that makes any difference. It probably won't. It'll just make me look a bit of a pinkier lip. I'm not pushing it up because there's not much left of it, actually. There's only a bit in the bottom. I'm just putting it on with my finger. Doesn't show up very pink, does it? So probably on top of that I would put some of my Creme de Nude on. And again, I'm at the bottom, so I'm using my favourite shade. My favourite lipstick. I've been using that for probably 20 years. Right, so now I think that is it. Oh, some blusher. Now this is a L'Oreal one, Blush of Paradise I call it. Again, it was from Superdrug. It's just a very sort of pale peach. Now this is old as this one, so it looks a bit scruffy as the compact, but I do need a new one. So, but I still like the colour, so I'm not going to throw it away because there still is some in the bottom of it. So I would get my little brush for this and just put some of that on. Just gives you a little bit more of a colour. So you see it? I just can't get near enough this mirror to see what I look like. So you're going to have to comment and tell me that. Make it a lot easier for me. I think that's it. It's a nice colour. A little bit, what I sometimes do for the corner of my eye is, if I can find it, is a little bit of this Beauty Pie product. It's a little bit of like a sheen, a bit like a silver, not silver, but pearly, that's a proper word. And I'll probably pop a little bit of that right in the corner of my eye. You won't be able to see that probably, but just brighten your face up. So that is it. That's all my makeup and the new ones I've bought. As I said, I will put everything at the bottom and all the colours, and if you're interested in checking them out online, or you might be able to see them in the shops, and you fancy trying one, well, I hope you do. There's some really good products. It does make a difference to your face. So I hope you like the finished look. Obviously you can't see it that much until I take this towel off, and I am going to now dry my hair, tie it back, and then I'll come back and let you see what you think. Hope you've enjoyed this. Right, okay, right, I'll just take my towel off. That's not too bad, that'll do. So, that is it. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you next week. Fingers crossed. So take care, and I shall see you soon.